This is Dr. Mercola, and it is spring, the time that many of you are going to be doing spring cleaning, cleaning those windows, changing the oil in your car. Wouldn't this be a marvelous opportunity to use spring as a reminder for you to do some cleaning in your body? Now, if we eat the right foods and we exercise, our body's going to do this naturally. This is primarily the way I have focused on it, eating foods that are very high in fiber, healthy, that help combine the toxins, and doing exercise regularly. I've been exercising since the late 60s and intensely enough so that I'm sweating quite a bit, and during that process and the sweat you're able to actually excrete toxins out. So exercise is one of the most important things that you can do for detoxification. If you're not doing that already, definitely move to that point, but exercise intensely enough so that you can sweat, because the toxins are going to come out through your sweat. And you certainly also want to do that through your foods. By choosing whole, healthy, raw, unprocessed foods for the most part, you are going to have not only the fibers, but all the micronutrients that your body is going to need to help you eliminate items that really are not good for your body, that you tend to accumulate because of all the chemicals in our current environment. Now, a number of my patients have been choosing detox programs, and it's not necessarily something I have used quite a bit in the past, but it occurred to me that it was about time that I started to do a serious and careful evaluation. So I put some time and effort and energy and analyzed it. I found that a lot of these are very complex and some of them are relatively expensive, and they can be, but aside from the expense, it's the complication of it and the inconvenience, because some of them take 2 weeks and even as long as a month. So that was certainly, compliance to a regimen like that is going to be a challenge at best. But I was able to find one recently that I was really impressed with. It's called Perfect Cleanse. And one of the reasons why I liked it is because it's so quick. You can do it in about 10 days. So it's very convenient because it's done in such a short time. It's also very gentle. I've noticed that many of these detox programs, when they're using the colon cleansing part of it, they use a pretty potent and harsh laxative like Cascara, which can really cause diarrhea, some other side effects that you really don't want. So there's none of that in this Perfect Cleanse. It's also complete. It goes through a 3-phase process where you purify, capture, and then remove. Really easy to understand, and let me tell you, the way it does the purification is that it does it in a number of ways. It has this is one of the primary reasons why I like it, because it has whole food concentrates in there that help your body eliminate it. There are no synthetic chemicals in there. It's all from whole food based products, which is just tremendous. There are a number of different fibers in there, which is clearly one of the ways that your body is going to actually help to capture those toxins, because the fibers, they tend to bind to them. And the fibers come from flax, chia seed, which is another good source of omega-3, but also has very powerful water-soluble fibers like the lignans. There's also cereal grass and pea flour, or pea fiber. So all these they're all organic, and they bind very rapidly and readily to many of the toxins that your body has been exposed to. Now, also, there are two other items in there. One is organic cilantro, which is used in conjunction with chlorella. And I found these two enormously useful in my practice to help people detoxify from some of the potent and toxic and dangerous heavy metals they've been exposed to. So that's been just incredibly useful. And you might be familiar with the work of Dr. Omoro, who's really brought cilantro to the forefront for that purpose. And so this product has both of them in there. Now, you might also know that we sell chlorella on the site. I have been doing that for a long time. That has been primarily our detox program. I still recommend that. And Perfect Cleanse has some chlorella in there. And you can use chlorella in addition to that. They really make a really good combination, a very powerful synergy. There's only a slight caution with chlorella. If you're going to use it regularly, and especially large amounts, much larger than it was in Perfect Cleanse, you have to be a little careful, because there is iron in there, small amount. But if you have high levels of iron, then it could be a potential problem. And sometimes chlorella can cause you to be a little nauseous when you take it in high quantities. So if that happens with you, then you definitely don't want to take it separately. But the amounts that are Perfect Cleanse are just perfectly synergistic, and we just have not seen any problems with people who are using it in that fashion. But if you want to use chlorella in addition, it could be another useful tool, but you just have to be careful with those cautions. So the other components in there is that there's these herbs. They're all organic herbs. There's peppermint, aloe, ginger, and fennel. And these have all been shown to help trap impurities and help facilitate healthy digestion in your body. So that combination of the herbs, the fibers, and the detoxification system should really help your body go through a pretty effective spring cleaning. And I would encourage you to consider it. You know, if you need it for some type of insurance, if you've got a great diet already, if you're exercising really well, then you may not need something like this. But if you're not and you really would like to try put your body through a spring cleaning, that's something you certainly would want to consider. So hopefully this is useful, and that in addition to spring cleaning, whether you use this or the whole food process, definitely remember to use the exercise. But remember that when spring comes around, it's time to consider spring cleaning for you, not just your house.